Thank you so
Oh,
much.
yes. Well, just to say again, I'm Jessica Swanston Baker, and I am very, very excited to be in conversation with Aurelio Martinez, whose music I became familiar with after watching A Tiny Desk. And then I've been just spending so much time with the sounds, and I'm always so drawn into the music you make, Aurelio. So because Gabby gave us such a fulsome explanation of where you started and where you are now, I want to start with a question. When did you know you wanted to be a musician?
Oh, I have three maternal language. Gonna be my first language gonna be Garifuna, and then Spanish. Another one gonna be music. Because I don't know when I start to speak Spanish. I don't know when I start to speak Garifuna, and I don't know when I start to learn music. But my family gonna be my school to learn music and to learn Spanish, to learn Garifuna. As a family, is a maternal language for me, three maternal language. So when I was 7 years old, I'm start to make my own guitar. To play my toy is gonna be my own guitar. To make my own guitar. You know, in a so I have a fam. I was living in my hometown was La Playa in Atlantic Coast in Honduras. It's a small village, like it's 200 houses, in the same place. And my family gonna be my school. My grandpa is gonna be a saxophone player. My uncles, have somebody is playing drums, and my mother gonna be my mom is gonna be the a singer and a writer, it's a composer for Garifuna music. My dad play guitar, and so it's my family gonna be my school to learn music. But also my dad come to live in the United States when I was 3 years old, and so just I listened to his music by cassettes, by cassettes, and it's gonna be my connection with my dad to learn music. So I started to do Garifuna music, but learning by community, and my ancestor, my family and my community gonna be my best school to learn music. So when I was a child, I know I'm gonna be a musician. I love to play music. I love music. But when I was 13 years old, I moved to live in say a bigger city, and to follow my dream to be a musician. So I 15 years old, I start to be a part of my first big band in the country. I never got to school. I learned in my community, and then come to be a part of first big band in Honduras. So, but my entire life is music.
Yes. Well, I mean, we can tell that, right? It's clear that music is so important to you, and especially, but of course, Garifuna music.
Yeah.
So can you help us understand what defines Garifuna music? If we're listening to music, how do we know that this is Garifuna music?
I'm singing Garifuna language. The first thing, this is Garifuna language. When I start to listen to me, to listen to my music, gonna be in different language. It's just Garifuna language, Garifuna drums. And the lyric Garifuna people talk about community problematics. Problem in the community which between one neighbor and another. Sometime we'll have some fight. Don't gonna be directly fight. You're gonna send little message by music. So this is the way we like defend ourselves one and another. It's like a saying. Everything we don't like to say to directly or fight with somebody else, we have to leave this message by music. So paranda gonna be a good thing to do that, because paranda is talking about situation we have day by day in our community. So I extend the way to write music to be a little bit more international. So when I do international paranda albums, paranda music. So we define the Garifuna music by our drums. You know, we have Garifuna drum. This is primero. Yeah. See, Garifuna drum. And it's a primero and segunda. Segunda be the next one. It's a segunda, like a bass drum. You know, there's a bigger than the first one. And we have shakers, maraca, you know, clave, like we change clave with Cuba, we know the Latin Caribbean music, clave and maracas. And also we have in the first time the guitar, you know, when we arrived to Honduras, 225 years, Garifuna people live in Central America. You know, we arrived from San Vincent to Roatan to Trujillo on the coast, and then to Belize, Guatemala, Nicaragua, 4 countries in Central America where the Garifuna people live. So it's our language, our drums, and guitar gonna be. So we have different ways to do music, but you know, the paranda define very good. Traditionally, we have a different kind of music in our culture. We have hungu, we have chumba, we have gunche, we have punta, we have paranda, we have capella abaybahani, capella omahani for men. You know, we have different ways to do music, and our life. Music is the essence of our culture. You know, music is everywhere. When people go to farm to find something to eat, and when people go, we have somebody died. We have music. You know, everywhere we have music in the Garifuna culture.
I love that. I love that. So what kinds of music do you draw on most? Obviously, paranda is an important, you said, genre for you to show the world. What other kinds of times of day or practices are important for you to share in your music that come from, you know, your culture or your hometown from La Playa?
So for me, music is my life, day by day. But and our celebration in our community, so December is very important for us. December, our mother, we have a club, just women, club of women. Because women is powerful. We have a maternal language where the women have the entire control in our community. Because the leader of our community is not a man, it's women. So by his organization, by music. So if you want to combine with Garifuna community, have to be by women. So our mothers, you know, have a organization by we call a club de danza of dance of women. Each community have different names as these clubs, and but you know, it's controlled by women. Yes, we have men inside just to play drums. You know, drummers and shakers. You know, the rest of the women gonna be, the rest of the crowd gonna be women. So in December, you don't have like a 24 in December. You know, everybody cook in the day. All women cook in the day. You know, because you know, in the night you don't have man. And 25th of December, you don't have a man. You know, all women gonna be free, just to dance, to celebrate itself, you know, to play music, dance and sing music, Garifuna music. So this is cultural thing in our community. And also this thing happened and we have the celebration of we call ferias for our community. You know, we have a Sunday, you know, in our community. Every year, so we know we have this kind of celebration in our culture, and this special day we have party for young people and party for olders.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So Garifuna people is Garifuna community. Garifuna people is very happy people. You know, very happy. Music is very, very important to in the entire, like I say, you know, in the entire life of the Garifuna community. The way to leave message to Garifuna people gonna be by music. Yes. You don't have to bring many pages of paper to talk to Garifuna people. Talk by music. Leave message by music. So for the reason why Aurelio Martinez is going to be a important man inside our community, because you know, when I was a young guy, I have the opportunity to exchange with the elders, because I was a drummer when I was a little guy. You know, I play very good the Garifuna drum. So I do like a, you know, negotiation with the elders to be a part of different events, because it's not available to young people to go inside the main celebration of the community. So I have this like privilege,
yeah,
to be part of to know about this tradition in a different way, because you know, it's not normal to be a young guy exchanging with the elders. And when I was my age, is like, you know, like 10, 20, 13 years old, or like 14 years old, you know, you can be inside. You
wow.
can. So I have this opportunity.
Yeah. Well, it seems like, you know, you recognize that you were fortunate to be able to experience those things, and that you've spent your time paying it forward. You've, you know, wanted to show people. And so that's a really incredible honor.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So you talked about being like a virtuoso, that you were a wonderful drummer, even as a young boy. So would you be willing to share with us some of the different rhythms or sounds of the Garifuna drums?
Oh, yes. Why not? Yeah. We have Garifuna drum here, but you know, I'm gonna talk about the basic, how this Garifuna drums work in our tradition, in our music. So we have segunda drum. It's like a bass, you know. It's the basic rhythmical thing we have in the Garifuna drum, because it's not gonna be we have to do this thing here, and in the primera drum, you know, have to follow the. Sometimes we have to follow the dancers, you know, the movement the dancer do. You know, we're gonna do it with the smaller one, you know. So, but you know, the basic thing gonna be with segunda. I'm gonna do some basic rhythmical thing, but different rhythm and the Garifuna. I'm gonna move a little bit more. Okay. This is international paranda. Well, we're gonna start with international paranda. It's simple. You know, you have to do that. Even somebody and the child at home, it's possible to do that. You know, it's simple. Like, you know, you have to like some kick, boom, 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 boom. There's something simple here. This is paranda in the Belizean style.
Belizean, okay.
Yeah. So the Honduran style is like gonna be something like. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's something. It's the same kick, but you're not gonna be. See, it's simple. It's paranda. So in the primera, gonna be the Belizean style. It's a smaller, you know. Something like it's there. So the Belizean dun dun gun dun dun gun dun. ding dang, ding ding ding. Yeah, esa es paranda. So, ese es the Belizean style, you know, the first one. And the Honduran style is a segunda gonna be that. Then the primero gonna be. Slowly.
Yes, makes me want to dance.
Yes, yes, Miranda. So this is gonna be another one. We're gonna do two because you know we have many, but you know we don't have too much time to do everything. But you know, I'm gonna go to Punta. We have Punta Rock internationally, but you know, for the Garifuna people, Punta is in the international way. Like you know, I don't know if you know about Banda Blanca. It's a band, popular band in Honduras, make Punta like a popular music. But the rhythmical thing he did in the commercial music is different for our ceremony.
Mm.
Okay, so it's different to the Garifuna ceremony Punta. So we have we don't. It's not like something just to dance. It's a ceremony represent when somebody died, have to born a new one to replace somebody died. You know.
Okay, so that when somebody dies, this is when you have Punta music. Okay.
Yeah. So just women dance. So around the fire, women dance sensually around the fire. So gonna be the rhythmical, gonna be this punta. And when we start to do this music, gonna be just by hand. Like somebody do that, sa, 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 and the rest do something like that. Ta, ta. And women dance around fire. You know, many hands doing the same. You know, and we're like dancing around fire. So we translate this into the Garifuna drum. Gonna be something like that. Segunda, gonna do some. It says punta, and the African name are gonna be Bangidi, ancestral name Bangidi. Right? Let's see slowly. This is Bangidi. And the primera drum is gonna be simple like that. So, in the commercial, Punta Rock is different, no? Gonna be It says Punta Rock. We call this thing in our traditional Garifuna culture, Kuliandanu. So Kulio. This kind of thing represent fertility.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when the woman going to plant mandioca or yuca, you know, so they cut one piece of some piece of tree and plant in the ground, and a woman go to dance and shake in front, like I said, like a represent this piece of wood represent men. So to send the fertility women to when they have the what I say cosecha in Spanish. My English is a bit bad, so I'm trying to when everything happened to bring our fruits back, gonna be successful, to bring
a harvest.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is Kuliandano. So this gonna be you have to go to check, and women do something like ra.
Yes, like a vacunao in yeah. It's so interesting to me. Thank you so much. It's so interesting to me how much relationship there is between the patterns and other kinds of sounds in the Caribbean and Central America and South America. You talked briefly about the difference between Belizean rhythm and then something from Honduras. Can you say anything more about like regional differences between like traditional Garifuna music or drum patterns?
So you see, we have some connections in Belize. You think the Garifuna in Belize, the second language is going to be English. So they have more influences about the England culture by church. We have a little bit more gospel. The influence in music. With the harmony and gospel the Belizean people take a little bit more from this influence to harmonize vocals.
Yeah.
And the Garifuna in Honduras gonna be unison. One start to sing and everybody answer. And when I'm talking about when people is singing, so but sing for us and music gonna be percussion too. It's not about just melody. Yes, it's about it's gonna be complement of our vocal, singing, saying things, but gonna be just to complementary for our drums. So it's not too much important to be tuning, or it's not important to be like harmonized. That's important to be, it's like some groove, community groove. Everybody jumping all night long, playing drums all night long. Don't stop. So just vocal and drums. So, but in Belize, they start to do punta rock because they start to do guitar and keyboard, bass guitar together to play another level of music. And by the gospel, like I said before, gospel inside Garifuna music. But Garifuna is gonna be a special human. But he taking when Garifuna people is when he's moved, he's taking piece of this, piece of that, to make his own. And like we're gonna be in Garifuna feeling, but you know, it's possible to him to do different things in different ways.
Yeah.
It's like a guitar. When we talking the guitar come from and the Garifuna culture come from the Spanish people. When we cross from Roatan to the coast in Honduras and Trujillo, and Roatan, they was living the England people. And the coasts in Trujillo, was living the Spain people. Mm-hmm. So they bring the guitar. So when you play guitar, like it's like a flamenco because it's influence from flamenco from Spain. So I'm gonna show you one song. So I call this song Jalifu. Hanubuchile, Haliadibo, Hanubuchile, Baba, Haliadibo, Loyave, you know, Abuna Babo, Jalifo, Rubai Barunanu, Yudunamuganye, Jalifo, Rubai Barunanu, Yudunamuga, Jalifo, Rubai Barunanu, Yudunamuganye, Jalifo, Rubai Barunanu, Yudunamuga. Chile, Haliadibo, Anugu Chile, Baba, Haliadibo, Loyave, you know, Aguna Babo, Jalifo, Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuganye, Jalifo, Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuga. Jalifo, Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuganye. Jalifo, Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuga. Leyaveyo, Narubeya, now I'm gonna babu, Hanuguchile, Leyaveyo, ya, Narubeya, now I'm gonna babu, Hanuguchile, Puyale, Galabale, I know ya, Aguna babu, Luba Machilagi, Jalifo, Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuganye. Jalifo, Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuganye. Jalifo, Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuganye. Jalifo, Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuganye. Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuganye. Jalifo, Rubai Badenanu, Yudunamuganye.
Aurelio, what a treat. Thank you. Can you tell us, what is that song about? I enjoyed it so much.
I'm talking about social problems. When I write song, I don't write song just to dance. We have many problems in the Garifuna nation. There's discrimination. We have when I'm talking about land, people and the government in Honduras trying to push our community outside of our beach because we live in the Atlantic coast, front of the beach, and people want to build hotels, big hotels in the Garifuna village, and Garifuna village don't have money to build hotels, and so this song is talking about I miss my father when I have 3 years old. He come to live in the United States. I grew up without my father, and I asked to Pelican, give me your win. I want to go to see my father in the United States. So Pelican is free. It's free, to fly between country and country. They don't need visa, like a human. We have to be free like a animal, like a bird, and to just to fly. That's Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about freedom. I'm talking about separation between family. When somebody's living in a different part of the world, and we can reach to our family. So this is my history when I was a child, missing my father. Yeah. Pelican, give me your win. I want to fly.
Yeah, and that's something that's so special, I think, about your music, Aurelio, is that it's obviously very personal to you, but it also speaks to so much of the human condition of, like, I think there would be so many people around the world who would understand wanting to be free, the idea of feeling confined by a situation, missing family, lost loved ones, all of that. And then even if we don't understand what you're saying, we can feel, we can feel that you're enjoying it. There's something good there. So it's really is such a pleasure. Thank you. So we have 2 questions from people in the audience. But before I get to them, I'm gonna ask you my final question, because June is Caribbean American Heritage Month, and the last time we spoke, which I guess was last spring, you spoke about wanting to collaborate more with Caribbean artists and wanting to experiment with more genres of Caribbean music, and hearing this sounds like something that could be a calypso or like a soca song, just depending on the language for sure, a parang from Trinidad, which I know has some resemblance to paranda. So
I'm gonna interrupt. I'm trying to make a new genre of music. I'm trying to do paranda souk.
Right, you said that. Paranda and zouk. So how is that going? And I mean, maybe you could say a little bit about why it would be meaningful to you to do like a Garifuna Caribbean, Garifuna West Indian kind of mix up. What does that mean for you, or what did that sound like?
It's gonna be something that's important for me, real important, because we are Caribbean. No, I'm Caribbean, because my Garifuna culture born in the Caribbean island, St. Vincent, close to Martinica, close to we are the same. We come from the same place. We have the same spirit. The last leader we have in St. Vincent gonna be Chief Satoye. Mm-hmm. So the unique leader we have, heroes we have in St. Vincent, gonna be Satoye. It's my ancestor. So to collaborate with other musicians, I'm trying to contact with Tanya Steven, Marshall Montano. I'm ready to do something with these guys. I know this music is have a special power. That's a special power to collaborate with the rest of our communities in the Caribbean. And so in my life I was doing merengue for a long time ago. When I started to do merengue, I do ranchera from Mexico. I did some salsa. I sing some bachata. Why these people can't come to do some Garifuna music?
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready. If somebody is have this renown and want to help to keep alive this tradition, because the UNESCO declared this Garifuna culture language, uh, declares
Intangible, yeah.
patrimony intangible for humanity. So why, it's your culture, come and support, keep alive this tradition, because we lose many cultures in Americas, not just in the Garifuna or Caribbean coast, Caribbean, so in the entire nation. So why can't come, Marcel Montano, Tanya Steven, and many artists, big artists from Puerto Rico, from Colombia. So why? Because we, like you say, we have too many similarity in our tradition. So I'm ready.
Yes, I think we're ready. I'm ready too. I would love to hear that. I know I said this last time, that living in Chicago, that so much of the Caribbean community here is actually Garifuna people.
Yeah.
So we have, paranda soca and paranda reggaeton and,
why not?
Why not? So we're ready. Okay, so one of the questions that we have from the audience, which is in line with thinking about collaborations, they ask, can you talk about how you came to work with Youssou N'Dour?
Oh, Youssou N'Dour. Well, so I have to mention the Rolex program, Mentor and Proteges. Mentor and Proteges program from Rolex. They give me the opportunity to meet, to have the opportunity with Youssou N'Dour. So Youssou N'Dour gonna be from many artists trying to be a part of this program around the world. We have 3 finalists, and gonna be United States, Argentina, and Honduras for Garifuna music. So we're going to Africa, 3 artists, and Youssou N'Dour have to choose his protege. So I have the opportunity, and I start to do this collaboration with Youssou N'Dour, because Youssou N'Dour say, Aurelio, you are a good artist, you have a beautiful vocal voice, and I don't have enough to teach to you about this, because you have the entire power inside you. Yet you have to find some good producer, you have to find somebody to help you to do. But the experience being just with Youssou N'Dour, I learned more about his social work. Just to support children from the primary school to the university. This social work, I love that. I loved his power, and also he's a good artist. He's the best artist in Africa, one of the best artists in Africa. But one of the powerful artists in Africa. When Justin come to the stage, it's a Youssou N'Dour. So I learned about this how he take the stage in one time, and I was traveling with him 1 year, and I take many experience, and I'm in the final. I realize I have more proud around who I am. I'm more proud around what I'm doing in many years to keep alive this tradition, because when I start, my friends and my ages say to me, are you crazy doing this kind of things? But now I'm sure the Garifuna music have a space in the music around the nations. When I start to do this music, we don't have no category. People don't know about Garifuna music. From now, we have 20 years, last 20 years, top 10 album Afropop. So I think, it's going to be a successful work, and I have a lot of pride what I'm doing, not just about me, it's about children in our community, children to support, to see some good examples to follow in this kind culture, because we're going to be this way to keep alive our tradition.
Absolutely. Well, what do you think is next for, if not for you personally, but for, I guess, Garifuna youth? I think you were telling me, but I'm sure there's like Garifuna youth who are rapping now, who are on social media. What's the future that you imagine or that you desire through this music?
You see, personally, I don't have many followers in the media because I had an artist from media, but you know, we have to move forward to be a to work with media because you know it's how people you know and is you know build you know, the career is by media now. So, but you know, I have 37 years career.
Wow.
It's not like a part time. You know, it's my life doing this kind of work, and so when I start, I don't see young artists doing this kind of thing to build a career by Garifuna music. Now I see many young artists doing his own, and I have a lot of proud. It's like my work too. You know, it's we working together. You know, it's my I even when the child don't understand where this movements come from. I feel it's like my work. You know, I'm the one and the first supporter of this to see this kind of movement now. So I have a lot of proud of this child, and I have a lot of proud of many artists working with me these many years and building something new for the young generation. And so I'll, also we are losing our language. Young Garifuna people don't speak Garifuna language now because you know. And now I see this government in Central America trying to do bilingual school. Mm-hmm. So you know, by this movement, we make like you know the government don't recognize our culture, but now it's recognizing because now we represent the culture of the country. So I see this kind of thing like it's my work too. You know, you know, I'm because you know if we don't start to do something to represent to do our passion, this culture, nothing like that gonna be happen.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm I'm happy. I'm happy. You know, I'm happy, and I ask to everybody in this chat and this program now. Welcome to Garifuna Nation. Come to support this culture. Come to support this tradition because you know it's a part of our culture, not just Garifuna culture, not just Garifuna culture. It's a world culture.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
And an indigenous culture. Yes. Yes. Well, thank you for welcoming us. Okay. One final question before we go. Someone asked, is there an instrument that you don't play yet that you would like to learn or a musical style?
Oh, I want to learn everything.
I think you're going to say that. You have to pick one.
Pick one. You know, I want to go to Colombia. I think so. Because, you know, we have a lot of similarity between this drum and the Colombian and drums. And maybe also in Cuban. I love the Cuban culture. But you know, the way I write songs is about the Nueva Trova, you know, it's in Garifuna version. So I'm inspired by trovadores from Cuba. So like Paulo Milanés, Silvio Rodriguez, you know, Mercedes Sosa from Argentina. You know, I inspire this kind of artists to make my music, and also. The genre of music, everything from Africa, connection from Caribbean, welcome.
Yes, yes, we are the same. I feel the same way. I love hearing that. I love hearing
that.
Because you already feel so much of a connection. Well, Aurelio, thank you so much for this conversation. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. You are incredibly talented. And you already know that, but just to see that the work that you're doing has been able to have this proliferation of Garifuna younger musicians, and to hear that you're proud of them, that you don't feel like anyone's stealing your spotlight, because your platform is about making space for a culture, a really rich culture. And so thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you. I want to finish this conversation doing a small piece of music, a cappella. One of women and one for men. You know, One is the first one gonna be Abai Mahani. It's a woman. Abai Mahani. Many women together take hand and move in the same way, same place, same clothes. You know, beautiful. Like see the picture in your mind. Watch the picture in your mind. Ida balara, ida ya nurane. Ida balara, ida hanuratoye. This is sebunune nira. Luye ben nadino alugalara ini anuda madogua kale anu agune achika platica chirugu madogua kale anu agune amadogua kale anu agune nira ai gibetikate nira luye ben nadino alugalara ini anuda. This is women a cappella song. You know, and abay ma au mahanis for men. Ahu yunisiwa, ahu barikana, ahu yunisiwa, ahu barikana, tiraw ni bukanya, ahu ni buwa. Adi ha mi digayo na uhanya, larawe yuno ni hanya ina ama bunidi yatinane. Ani hagul madago maneni yawu, niagu bay bugal wagula donde hobala lu. Adi ha mi digayo na uhanya, larawe yuno ni hanya ina ama bunidi yatinane.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Aurelio.
Thank you.